What I'd like to state is that my sources have revealed to me, number one, that Alton Nolan was inspired by ISIS. And that's why he beheaded the woman that he beheaded. And my sources have revealed to me as well that the dunghead media and the McDaddy administration are both trying to clamp this down as just an irate, if you will, man who went on a tirade, but it had no contact with ISIS, even though he is a Muslim, he was a Muslim proselytizer, etc. They don't want the fear to sweep across America like a great tsunami when the truth comes out. That's number one. Number two is that the woman that my sources tell me that Alton Nolan believed that the woman was a lesbian, that she was a sodomite. And a number of people saying, well, she's married and she's got children. And I simply want to retort by saying, since when did being married or having children become an absolute positively exclusion from being a sodomite? There are plenty of married people. There are plenty of people with children that are sodomites. I think we ought to understand that. So that's no proof of anything. And we need to be clear about that. And I would not have stated it had my sources not told me. Now, I also want to reference back in 2008 when I said that I had a source that told me that Barack Hussein Obama had a sexual relationship with Jeremiah Wright, the then pastor of the United Church of Hell there in Chicago, Illinois, along with Oprah Winfrey, who was a member of the church at the time. And while I never reveal my sources, it is proven true that Obama is indeed a sodomite and that he did have relations, and now everybody believes that. Now, there's no big question about what I stated in a report then, so there should be no questions about. Now, I don't know whether the woman was a sodomite or not. What I do know emphatically is that Alton Nolan believed that she was, and maybe had evidence to some degree that she was. And also that Alton Nolan is inspired by ISIS. That's why he used the act of beheading. And so it needs to be clear, when I say what I say, I'm saying it with authority. That's why I say it, because I have the authority to say so. Now, what we need to do is that we need to ask the police department for an opportunity to let Alton Nolan speak on this issue, what he believed and why he beheaded, and if he is inspired by ISIS. These two things. One was he inspired by ISIS? We need to know, because he may not be the other one. There may be another 1,000 Alton Nolans out there, and we need to know. The other thing, did he do it because she was a sodomite, or that he believed that she was a sodomite? I didn't say she was a sodomite. Did I say that? Did Jimmy say that? I said he believed that she was a sodomite. So I think it's important that we get to the bottom of this and recognize that the dunghead media, they're all liars. The McDaddy administration, they're all finaglers of the truth to try to keep wait till I start talking about the Ebola event. They're not telling us the truth about that either. So it's very important. And then finally, so I said in my opening piece that another homeboy, so someone has jumped on that as if to say somehow or another that I am friends with Alton Nolan because I use a slang, homeboy. The Manning report is a satirical report. Sometimes it's downright not hyperbole, not hyperbolizing. I do things from a satirical point of view. Satire is what we do here. That's why you listen, because it's interesting in a satirical posture. Finally, I'm no cheerleader for ISIS. I'm just telling it like it is. That's what I'm supposed to do. Young men are falling in love with ISIS all over the world. I'm going to do a story in just a few moments where young girls are running off to join the ISIS camp. People are in love. They're infatuated that this